Got any more good news? You killed another one. Yeah, that's Cook. Ugh, did he always smell like this, even before he was dead? And the fiends let this guy touch their food? Well, this is payback for at least one of my troopers. She'll be glad to know he's dead. Here's your caps. That's two psychopaths dead. Violet it is. Wish I could give you more advice on how to bring her down. Just watch out for the dogs. She raises them herself. Might as well be their mother and never leave her side. Good question. Fiend territory is southeast of here, but they range all over the area. You've gone after the fiends before. Right.
Come on! For the Brotherhood!
কে এসে বসছে? কেন এসে বসছো? ঠিক আছে। না। চার্জারটা লাগাও সুন্দর করে, কিছু যেন ইয়া না হয়, বাড়ি বাড়ি না খায়। হুম হুম
So be sure it's true when you say I love you. It's a sin to tell a lie. Be sure it's true when you say I love you, honey. Oh,
হুম।
you got sense enough to know it's a sin to tell a lie. Whole lot of folk heart done been broke. Just over a whole lot of foolish words that's been spoken. I love you. Yes, I
We won't go quietly.
বুঝেছি।
The Legion can.
একদম ধীরে ধীরে
my
ঠান্ডা লাগে, একদম ধীরে ধীরে ঠান্ডা লাগে
so be
আমার।
sure it's true when you say I
সময় লাগে জানো না, সময় লাগে জানো না। কি ঢং করতে জানো না? হুম, আসবে। কেন?
Still working on that last bounce?
কি করতে চাও? কি গেম? দেখো কিডস গেমস। তো
Nelson's back. Have you found out what happened to those? Is there something? Is there something else?
মনে হয় উপরেরটাতে ছিল না, উপরেরটাতে ছিল না, দুইটা আমার টাকা লাগে উপরেরটাতে। প্রথম লেভেলে একটু দিয়ে সাউন্ড একটু কমানো দাও, অনেক জোরে সাউন্ড তো ওই জন্য।
Reach for the sky, lady.
60
This is the best gun in the whole galaxy. I paid 1,000,000 caps for it, and it wasn't even brand new. Oh man, it's Stacy's fault. She pretends like she didn't get hit. That's still a lot of money. I guess I'll take it. I don't really like to go to bed until... See you later, alligator.
Does jump. Yes! Finally! Ooh, got something good for me? Is it a dress? Hey, I can't really move now.
Hey there. Hey, buddy. Spare a cap? The first thing you should know is that Freeside is run by a pack of yahoos that call themselves the Kings. Their leader, who oddly enough calls himself the King, currently has his hands full trying to prevent an all-out riot in Freeside. That's 2 tips, but what the hell? Ever hear of the Gun Runners? They sell just about everything. What do you say? There's a rumor that a huge army is camped to the east, massing to attack. Who in the world could... What do you say? Northwest of the big Freeside sign is a casino called... It's not as fancy as the ones on the... I got more where that came. The chairman run a casino on the strip called The Tops. I haven't been there myself, but I hear security there is kinda tight. What do you... I probably don't have to tell you that Freeside's dangerous. They're not all same. What do you... The Omertas, one of Mr. House's 3 families, run a casino called Gamo. If you thought the Wrangler was something, you owe... I got more... He might not look it, but Ralph, or Mick and Ralph's, is no slouch with a keyboard. I've heard he's helped There was a rumor a while back that the White Glove Society was really an all-ghoul gang, which is why they wear those weird masks. What do you think? Would I look good in a mask? Maybe I'd make more caps. That one was pretty... Mention the NCR and people around here get a little on edge. There's talk that they're going to take over. It doesn't help that they've got military camps all over the place. I got... At the northwest end of Fremont Street, you'll find the Silver Rush. These are not people you want to mess with. But if lasers and such are your thing, the goods they sell...
জীবনে কিছু করতে পারবে না
are second to none. That one. People in Freeside generally fall into one of 2 cat. When people from the NCR and other places started pouring in, the locals began referring to them as squatters, and the name stuck. The locals blame the squatters for the scarcity of resources in Freeside, and the squatters blame any act of violence against them on the locals. They're both right to some extent, and violent outbreaks between the 2 are all too common these days. That one was pretty good, right? How about another? Saw a strange thing the other day. The king took that robo-dog of his over to the old Mormon fort. Weird thing was that the dog was flipping out and had to be restrained by a few of the king's men. Hope he doesn't get loose. I got more where that came.
এই আঙ্গুলগুলো রেডি রাখো, চাপ দেওয়া লাগতে পারে।
Caught a rumor the other day that some of the clientele over at the Wrangler have been... Stuff like weirdos wanting the services of ghouls and such. I almost have half a mind to volunteer myself. Sexy beast that I am. That one was pretty good, right? How about another?
নতুন কার
If you've been around the Kings, you may have met one of them named Pacer. He's
Close
always
down.
stomping around trying to show off his authority.
ক্লোজ করবে না কি
Being
করবা
new, you weren't around when it
এটা
happened.
তখন
But
ব্যবহার
a few
করতে
months ago, Pacer... No one knows what went down, but word is the Van Graffs still want him dead. That one was pretty good. Traders have been griping for a while now about that one. Have you tried going to the strip only to be stopped by those
No.
big metal murder machines? But if you know the right people, that one. I've heard people passing through mention some kind of underground fights pitting creatures of the waste to get... And when I say underground, that... Hey.
চেষ্টা করো আস্তে 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 খেলো তাড়াতাড়ি খেলা লাগবে না
I'm bored.
Looking for a fix, man? I got what you need. Have a look, baby.
দাঁড়াও আমি চেষ্টা করতেছি আরেকটা খেলবো
But if I lay down and I play dead and I stay dead, maybe you'll get sick of being the monster out of my head, under my bed. Think you're something out of my nightmares, standing right there. But if I lay down and I play dead and I stay dead, then will you get bored of killing me?
Silhouettes of you are like a taunt. Never really know just what you want. With you I don't ever feel calm. I can feel the sweat inside my palms. Play with me like cats and a string. You don't understand the pain it brings. You don't ever wanna give me wings. You don't ever wanna set me free. You know I'm addicted to you, and it's twisted, you've been gifted with the evil voodoo. Got me coming back for more, even when I've been screwed. Dolls full of pins, pierce my heart straight through. I got issues in my head, I like you in my bed, but you keep me on red. Oh, everything is like a test, I better not text or I'll come off desperate.
But if I lay down and I play dead and I stay dead, baby you'll get sick of being the monster out of my head, under my bed. Think you're something out of my nightmares, standing right there. But if I lay down and I play dead and I stay dead, then will you get bored of killing me?
So if I play dead, will you regret everything that you did, that you said? I don't think you understand what you're doing, and my heart's black and blue from the bruising.
আরে আরে আয়ার
Pleasure
কেমন
doing business
লাগতেছে
with you. I only offer services if the king gives the okay. All right. Yeah, I've got a little side business going.
What I'm about to share with you does not leave this room, eh? Over the years, I've gradually perfected my craft to the point of what I'm referring
নর্মাল
to
গাড়ি
is passports.
এটা
You've
তো
got the
ওই
caps.
কোম্পানিরই কেন
Whip up
ওই
a strict
ওয়েবসাইটেরই
Passport which will fool even the most
আগের
well-trained eye.
গেমটার মতোই
Hey, if you're interested and have the caps, they go for 500. What do you say? Here you go. I only... If you haven't heard of the king has his boys all over Freeside. He controls the water pump and is essential... If you haven't heard of the king has... They're the local energy weapon dealers in Freeside. When it comes to lasers and plasma, they're the only game... Gloria's men are the best armed in Freeside and ruthless to boot. Their joint is the only place in Freeside to get it all under one roof. They've got gambling, booze, chems, and whores. They're good folks, just don't cross them. They're known for...
অনেক বেশি খেলে আমি অনেক বেশি খেলি আমি অনেক বেশি খেলি কিন্তু খেললাম অনেকটা আধা ঘন্টা
Welcome to Mick and Ralph's. If you need guns, you may. For general supplies and... Have a look.
দেখা দিছো তুমি পড়ার বুদ্ধি করো না আবার কি আরে ওয়াও দেখতে তো অনেক সুন্দরী দেখতে তো সুন্দরী
Pleasure doing business. Things were better when the Omertas were buying, but we get by. Good selection from traders, and the Van Graffs keep things running.
আবার চাপ দাও
That's the thing. I have no idea. If you hear anything, let me know. Why? In that case, yes I do. Follow me.
Wow.
Like I always say, a polite society is an
I hear you've done some good things for the followers.
হ্যাঁ এই যে $212 তখন কেমনে আসছিল কিনার
Are
কথা
you here to drop off medical supplies? Leave them with
এই যে এগুলো কিনতে পারবা
This could
ওয়াও রাতের শহর Oh yes.
Hey, good to see you. Rates of injury and illness in Freeside.
পিছনেটা হ্যাঁ হ্যাঁ কোন ছেলেটা
Medex, Radaway, and Fixer are Freeside essentials. I can't pay you for any supplies you bring in, but I could So far, the Crimson Caravan won't cut us a deal. If you can... You might ask around at Mick and Ralph's, or those at the Garretts, though I suspect they're too busy poisoning Freeside to help out. Just come see me when you've got some... More than rough. It's a damn mess. Thugs and thieves are always looking for a victim, and the local families are just sitting back making caps on the mess. Freeside is in dire need, but no one has been man enough to step up. The followers can only do so much to stem the tide. There is always something needing done. A few souls here in Freeside could be great assets to the community if they'd kick their addictions. We need a regular supply of medicine organized. Lastly, tensions between the townies and NCR tourists have been going downhill fast lately. A lot of innocent... Yes, old Bill Ronte and Jacob... Old Bill Ronte is an exceptionally skilled machinist. He could fix the problems we've been having with Freeside's water pump, if he's sobered up. The Garretts hooked Jacob on chems when he was working for them. Ironic, since he used to homebrew detox chems. In Freeside, the drunks and drug... What do you want to talk about? The big man around here is the king. Not much happens in Freeside that he doesn't know about. He has the most influence locally, and some of his crew haven't helped the situation by harassing... Some NCR soldiers have been bringing in supplies, but none of it is going to Freeside local. Great. How much do you have? Thanks. Anything else? How much do you have to donate? Thanks.
स्पीड कम आ जाओ तो
Good to hear. Oh, by the way, I got a shipment of magazines from home I'd be willing... Bill Ronte installed that pump a few years ago, back when he was sober. It was amazing. But lately, the Kings have started charging locals to use it, and NCR squatters twice as much. That'll come to no good. They've been Freeside's gang for the past 5 years or so. Ever since, they've done a lot of good for the community, but that seems to be changing. I guess that explains the situation with the water pump. I know they sell a lot of guns, as if that's what Freeside needs. Oh, them. They sell energy weapons, which are very popular with better-heeled prospectors. Stay clear of them. Brother and sister are both psychopaths. A den of iniquity. The Garretts do more than their share to keep the locals drunk or high. Their thugs, on the other hand, they keep wired on chems to stay dangerous. The Old Mormon Fort serves as the regional hub for... The followers of the apocalypse aren't just interested in research. We care for our fellow man and do everything we can. Here in Freeside, we provide food and medical... With the help of Bill Ronte, we were able to install a water pump just west of here. We arose from the boneyards of Adetum years ago. Since then, we have made it our mission to rebuild the wasteland. We hope to forge a brave new world free of war and poverty by sharing knowledge and resources. Our primary goal is the free exchange of ideas. Welcome back, friend. All right, you'll... Who hasn't? You look fine.
Story of good intentions gone bad. In that regard, he's hardly unique.
If you set aside his leadership capabilities, extensive knowledge, and ruthless cunning, he's just another jerk who steps on people to get his way. Oh, sorry. There's nothing new under the sun. If Agave and Mesquite were that miraculous, the locals would have figured it out a few thousand. Not all followers are people persons. Besides, someone needs to do research. I have no problem with Julie sticking me back here. Out of sight, out of mind. There are worse things one can be, though I do admit though it has a noble goal, I don't think this research will No offense intended. That seems appropriately resolute and yet vague. I'll give you the benefit of the doubt and go with you, but let me be clear about something. If you plan to help Caesar's Legion, this is going to be a brief. I may not have all the answers for how to fix Freeside's problems, but Caesar taking control is... You have quite the menagerie at your disposal. If you can get the posse down to small gang size, I'll happily...
I can't ever thank you enough for saving me and mine. We're free now.
Thank you so much for freeing me.
I didn't know the Brotherhood had any people out here.
Hey.
Hello.
Later, you look like you got the
Aber
itch, friend.
okay.
I have no idea how most of these people would survive without us.
If you ever need the assistance of the followers, just...
Howdy. I've been around a while. Currently working for the followers as a gun for hire. Aside from protecting them from the occasional thug looking to intercept supply shipments, there isn't much to do around here. The one researcher I liked, who I could chat up about liquor, got transferred. And the rest of the docs... I joined up looking for a decent paying job. Granted, the pay's all right, but they won't let me kick back and slog a brew at the end of the day. They're worried the filthy drunkies in detox seeing me drink will cause an immediate relapse. I say the rehab effort here is just a revolving door. I've been around long enough to observe the patterns of human behavior. Physical and mental anguish are especially exciting to explore. Hey, who doesn't enjoy a little pinch and squeeze every once in a while? What? Time you enjoy wasting isn't wasted time. Feed a man for free, and he'll be back asking for more. Feed a man a bullet, you won't hear from him again. Time. The only thing I know for certain is that I don't know nothing. Time. What starts in misery tends to stay there. Freeside wasn't Freeside until That's when Mr. House's robots rolled out of the Lucky 38 and started pushing everyone who wouldn't join. Lots of folks died. Some scattered to the winds. The rest wound up in Freeside and seemed never to lose the habit of living like refugees. What about him? Pretty much the sort of... The king himself, though? He's got that something special you can't put a finger on. I reckon they care about getting water and electricity from the dam. The locals here are just an inconvenience to them. Something to step over or stomp down. Before or after the human race shot itself in the foot. I've been around long. Before the war, Mr. House was a famous captain of industry. Robotics, to be specific. Seemed true. Since the war, though, didn't make a peep for near 200 years. But when he came back, I don't know how they do it. They're like saints, those followers. If they didn't charge for their services, I'd think they was crazy. But nah, they're just naive. Norms are hard.
রেডিয়েশনের কারণে ওদের চামড়া ইয়া হয়ে যায় মানে পুড়ে যায় এরকম
Gloria's the
কিছু
stable one, but she'd slit your throat if they... Or rather, she'd tell her brother to do it for her.
রাসায়নিক পদার্থের
John
রেডিয়েশন
Baptiste is one of the sicker humans I've had to display. What? Good? Bad?
অন্যটা খেলো
The guy with the gun makes the rules.
এটা দাও কেন এটা ওই যে লোডিং হচ্ছে তো ছবি সুন্দরই হয় কিন্তু গেমটা একটু দেখতে অন্যরকম হয় ছবিটা অনেক সুন্দর কিন্তু গেমটা দেখতে অন্যরকম হয় যাতে মানুষের দেখতে ভালো লাগে ছবি গেম খেলতে চায় হ্যাঁ রেল লাইন তোমারটা চালু হয়েছে
Need some grub? I got you covered. You won't regret it, at least.
সিলেক্ট কোনটা আবার দেখাও সিলেক্ট হ্যাঁ
You want to travel through Freeside with ease. You hire it. Your safety is practically... Great. As long as you're in Freeside, I'll be... But I'm only sticking around as long as you're in Freeside. You leave, so... You wanted something?
খেলছো
Nothing. I'm working right now. You want to know more? Head over to our hangout at the center of town. It's kind of hard to miss. Do you want something else?
ডান পাশে থাকো রাস্তা এই পাশ দিয়ে এদিকে যাও এই পাশ দিয়ে এদিকে আসো ডান পাশে থাকবা
This gentleman and I were just settling on a price. I'm afraid you'll have to hire one of the others.
This man's prices are steep, but I hear he's worth it. Freeside is the king's turf. Remember that.
কি
Prim is a new sheriff. That's what keeps Powder Games away.
বললাম না রাস্তা ডান সাইডে থাকা না পারলে অনেকটা খেলো এটা দাও কোনো পারবো এটা রেখে দিবা ওই পেজটা তাহলে আবার আবার লেখা লাগবে না নতুন করে দাও আজ
Hello, Veronica. How goes your mission?
We'll know in a second. I wanted to talk to you.
Veronica, tell me this isn't about...
Yes, goddammit, it is. But you're gonna hear me out this time.
We've been through this.
The things I've seen now, other groups succeeding where we fail, it's not too late for us.
We've outlasted the end of the world. We'll outlast these upstarts.
Waiting in a hole for everyone else to die.
If we must.
this is a dead end for us.
I see no evidence of that. Nor do I see anyone out there with a solution to our problems.
How could you? You're too scared to look. Let's go. Maybe some... What's up? I'd slap him around, but he stood at my parents' wedding. Plus, he used to make excuses to get me out of my punishment when I'd slept through head scribe Taggart's lectures. Figure I owe him for that. He means well. No, but it does make it easier to forgive him. He's just misguided. It's not too late to change his mind. He's a stubborn old man, but when it comes down to it, he's got our best interests at heart. If he sees some indisputable sign we're on the wrong course, he won't ignore it. I don't know. We need something that shows the Brotherhood will fail, or that it can do better a different way. The only thing that gets his attention is... Our elder before McNamara, he had a nose for recovering lost technology. He'd send scribes out into the desert, chasing whatever. There were a few he only trusted me with. I can think of at least one that'd prove my point, if it still exists. There's a comm terminal not too far from here I'd use to access messages from him. If we... That's my question to the Elder. All these years, the Brotherhood has collected weapons technology. And for what? To keep it out of people's hands? That clearly hasn't worked. To defend ourselves? We can't compete with the NCR's numbers, or the Legions. We're fighting a war for a lost cause.
স্কুল আছে আসার সময় ব্যাটারি কিনে আনিস নিচের দোকান থেকে
Let's see what we've got here. Okay, yeah, this is the one I was thinking
Loading
of.
is
The pulse gun. Although maybe the rangefinder could work too. And it looks like the NCR was onto some miracle farming technology. Electromagnetic weapon from before the Great War. Experimental. It never... But they were building it as a countermeasure to power armor, which they feared the Chinese were developing. Supposedly a prototype was being housed at Nellis. Imagine what it could do to the Brotherhood. We'd be on equal footing with any idiot with a gun. More or less. Supposedly it's a vegetation enhancer. NCR... Guess somebody wasn't very good at... We'd never pursue it because it's not a weapon, but self-sufficiency is fundamental to us. If it works... It's a targeting device for some kind of doomsday weapon based at Helios-1. We held Helios-1 for a time, also our people defending it. If it turns out to be a dud, it should show how flawed our goals have been. Father Elijah said he thinks the scavenger...
বাটির উপরে ধরতে হবে, idiot.
Oh, hell. Well, how could you know, right? Okay, 2 other options still on the table. Okay, what better way to persuade them than to give them a taste of what they stand to gain, right? Maybe the best place to start is to see what we can find out directly from the NCR. Let's head to their OSI office at McCarran. Yeah, maybe they'll think twice about engaging the NCR if they know one of those could be floating around. The notes say to look around Nellis Air Force Base. He suggests going through filing cabinets and computers in the commanding officer's quarters. I like the way you think.
Download complete. Begin recording. Navarro Outpost Scientist, I am glad that EDE has reached you. You will find several data banks of information on this. Please handle this information with the utmost care as it represents the sum total. There are also several data banks with information on my research into Poseidon Energy and some projects they were working on the most.